Hey there, everybody! Ryan with Mana Bluff here. We're doing another M14 8-4. I know. All we want to do is play Theros. I get it. But I got another week for that. Luckily, next Friday's post we'll have a sweet Theros pre-release draft. Anyway, here I think we have a straightforward pick with Liturgy of Blood. Yes, Enlarge is a good game finisher. Yes, 9 Zombie is pretty cool in Sacrifice deck. And yes, Sensory Deprivation is foil. However, Liturgy of Blood, I think it's just a solid pick. I like being in black. I want to go that route. Traumatize is pointless, and Deadly Recluse is kind of a pet favorite, but not over Liturgy. Boink. Boinkity boink. There we go. Ooh, and a Claustrophobia. I like black-blue. That's pretty fun. Could start going deep on Angelic Accord, considering I have Liturgy. That could happen. But I think we're going to keep it to the Claustrophobia. I'm just so tempted by it. Scroll Thief would love to table, but we'll probably just get this Trained Condor back, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, Angelic Accord only works if you get the Bubbling Cauldrons with it, in my opinion. Hey, Wall of Swords. I'll take another Liturgy, and we'll just go mono removal spells. I'm not sad about that at all. Might get this Undead Minotaur back. Probably won't see the Diabolic Tutor at all. That actually helps with the Angelic Accord deck, now that I think about it. I always forget about that. Another Deadly Recluse. So much fun, Deadly Recluse. That's a late shock. I think we'll take Time Ebb here. Pack's generally weak. Shock is cool, Giant Growth is fine. But I don't really want to jump into red just for the shock, because shock is actually one of the weaker removal spells, and I'd rather keep my double black, double blue. And Time Ebb is actually very good in the deck if we end up getting there. So, what else is being played? So this is just a weak pack. I was about to say very disappointing because we're not seeing anything in our colors, but really there's nothing anywhere. Pureful Ox about as good as Undead Minotaur. Plummet's actually pretty good for green. Besides that, who gives a flying woohoo? Ooh, okay, now red's going late, because Young Pyromancer is pretty insane. So at this point, do I want to go into red-black? Because Young Pyromancer in the Sacrifice deck is cool. I haven't really seen the pieces. Consideration. It definitely is more powerful than Nightwing Shade or a Ring Flesh. And I'm not really sad to give up a Nightwing Shade or a Ring Flesh. You know, for example, if red ends up not being the color to be in, and I'm just kind of throwing this pick away, I'm fine with it being these guys. Because you only ever need one Nightwing Shade ever, and you may not even need a Ring Flesh ever. So we'll start taking some Young Pyromancer action here. Okay. So Divination's still in the pack, which is interesting. I'm going to snap it up. If Divination wasn't here, I think there would be an interesting choice between Vampire Warlord and Festering Newt. They both want to be in the Sacrifice deck. Festering Newt is awesome if you had the Bubbling Cauldrons already. But Vampire Warlord is kind of one of the Sacrifice acolytes you want to make sure you can get your Sacrifice on. But I just want a Divination. Because who doesn't want a Divination? You silly people who don't want them. Cool, and an Elite Essence Scatter as well. Very happy to see that. I don't think we're doing the Elixir Mortality deck quite yet to want to prioritize this, because we're looking to just be black-blue control. In Elixir, you kind of only want if you had your Opportunity Gifts given to you. An Altar's Reap is fine, but definitely not over an Essence Scatter. So I do need creatures, seeing as I have a Divination, Claustrophobia, 2 Liturgies, and an Essence Scatter. But, again, I'm not going to complain about having sweet removal spells. And then just a dinky 2/3 at 3, which is serviceable. Because we'll get the 5 drops filled in. I'm pretty sure Young Pyromancer is going to happen. After these first 2 Liturgies, there was no other really strong black coming around. Ooh, Sensory Deprivation Wield. I'm going to pick it up over Duress or a Ring Flesh for sure, because it is a legit removal spell. It's foil! Yes! We did not see... What else was in that pack? I picked up Liturgy, there's a Sensory Depro, there's a Deadly Recluse. Should probably pay attention to remember. Celestial Flare is actually the best card in the pack. So hopefully the person who picked up the Angelic Accord doesn't take Celestial Flare. Illusionary Armor I don't care about, but I guess Disperse will take because it's foil? At this point, I mean, Disperse is definitely playable, but I really do want to start, grabbing creatures. I was hoping that pack would have the Scroll Thief. It does not. Take an Altar's Reap hit here. And we'll just cut the black card, even though it's not playable. Zephyr Charge in case we get a combo assembled. Let's see. But for now, adios. I'm keeping the chunk pyromancer in mind, but it's not like we saw any other red later on. And we definitely saw a lot of good blue. Sensory deprivation tabled, essence scatter, and divination, great signs. And then Altar's Reap, I don't really care about. Ooh, the Reva. Awesome. I'm going to take that. Really great pack, though. Check it out. Flames, Sarah Angel, Reaver. I'd even run Corrupt in this build. Probably doing 18 lands because of our double blue, double black. Yeah. If Reaver wasn't here, it's just some like dorky whatever rare. I still don't think Flames of the Firebrand, though it's obviously an amazing card, would pull me into red, having seen that red kind of stopped coming after I jumped with that Pyromancer, namely because blue was open, and that's great. And I really wanted to go red if I had blue-black, and really it was black that ended up being cut. But I'm not going to cut it because 2 Liturgy of Bloods are so insane. So adios. This is exactly what we want with our removal creatures. Predatory Silver's fine. Pacifism's best card in the pack. There's really nothing in this pack for us. I think I'll just take the Essence Scatter because I will be playing blue. And I'll pick up my second Essence Scatter, and I'm happy to kind of like cut that going to the next direction in case someone's kind of thinking maybe they're going to jump blue. I'd like them to not do that. Otherwise, I'd probably just hate this Pacifism. Woodborn Raheem is also very nice, but we're going to have plenty of removal spells. We already have 3 plus 2 Essence Scatters to deal with it, so I'm not overly concerned. Let's take the on-color guy. Hello, Roman Bailiff. Shauna's Outrage is insane. We'll take the Archaeomancer. We got plenty of removal spells to warrant it at this point. Even though I'm really light on creatures, I only have 2. That does concern me. Let me start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, we're kind of at our max with like good spells. We're definitely taking Archaeomancer. But yeah, I do need to start looking for things like Messenger Drakes are awesome. Train Condor. Oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking was come back. Was a Train Condor? I figured that would table, but it didn't. This is we're seeing much better packs than what we saw in the first few packs that we opened. Just something to note. Not necessarily in our colors, but just in general. Like these all have like pretty decent playables abound. But yeah, snap up the Messenger Drake. Ooh, and the Seacoast Drake. That's actually exactly what I need right now. Get a nice board stall online. Would probably take the Rod of Ruin if I didn't have the Seacoast Drake here. Maybe the Coral Merfolk because I'm so short on creatures, but I don't know if that's really the way I want to go. Okay. Essence Scatter in our colors is the best card initially, but I'm thinking that Undead Minotaur might have to do for our colors just because we do need creatures and I already have 2 Essence Scatters. I don't need a third over, you know, our light creature load. But man, Charging Griffith and Master Diversion, awesome cards in the white deck. They're like the only good white commons outside of for the creatures. Pacifism is of course the other amazing, super duper white one. Ooh, Angelic Accord! Someone's gonna get so hooked up. I could cut it, but since I'm light on creatures, I will take the Armored Cancrix. Don't really want to run it. But we didn't even see those in the first pack, so this might actually just be a necessary evil in our deck. Which I don't really mind having to run Armored Cancrix when the rest of the spells are such high quality, such as our Divination, Claustrophobia, Liturgies, blah 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 blah. But I do think I want to be very scared right now of an Angelic Accord deck that just starts comboing off. Have not yet seen a Bubbling Cauldron to go with those Angelic Accords, which could be good. Actually, the problem is the person doing Angelic Accords just picking them up. Ugh, okay, so we have a Festering Newt. Probably won't be played unless I happen to get a Bubbling Cauldron and 5 other Newts. So I could cut the Dragon's Egg, but it is still serviceable and it is still something I can trade and help us get to our late game dudes with like a Messenger Drake or Lina's Reaver to finish out a game, so I'll take it. And I'm definitely taking it over Rod of Ruin and Altar's Reap. Because I do think just with our light creature load, I will want to hedge that way versus like trying to do a super board stall with Rod of Ruin. And who knows, that other Rod of Ruin might actually come on back to us. Another Zephyr Charge, we're just cutting the color there. I didn't really care about the Sentinel Sliver, so I didn't need to cut that guy. Alright. Well, this is actually a pretty decent card. If you're in the white deck and you just need a nice 6-drop, so we'll cut it over taking our Merfolk Spy. Or Ranger Sky, which is actually good too. Yeah, anyone who wants Ranger Sky gets it. I don't need something powerful like a Stonehorn Chanter to have a better late game than me. Ooh, Stronic Resonator. That's actually a pretty decent late pickup. Do I have triggered abilities? We have Liliana's Reaver, Messenger Drake, Archaeomancer. There's actually a couple. Yeah, this could actually make the deck if we get a few more. Keep that guy in mind. Ooh, see, there's a Nightwing Shade. Thought we'd be able to get that guy at some point. Nice sideboard with the Shrivs. And I guess we'll mill someone out at some point. Someone take the land over Smelt? I mean, I get it. More than likely, Smelt's not going to be in the person next to you's color, if you know what the person's colors are in. But it's actually still a pretty decent card, Smelt. For the sideboard, I should clarify. Well, we need creatures. We got creatures. I don't need any more on the 5 or 6 drop, even though these are kind of dinky Cancrix and Nightwing Shade. Phantom Warrior, though, is exactly what I'm looking to see. This guy can do a lot of damage. Vampire Warlord, don't need to jump up to 5. It's just as clunky as the rest since I'm not doing sacrifices. I'd actually love to see the Minotaur Abomination come back. I think Sensory Deprivation is normally more powerful, but with our plenty of spells and just wanting more creatures, then I would probably end up be happy to have this guy come on around. Imposing Sovereign, you're a good card, but I'm not white, so I get Phantom Warrior. Ooh, Claustrophobia. Probably one of the few cards in my colors I'll take over a really sweet creature card, but Claustrophobia is just that awesome. So yeah, taking it over the Sea Kite. We are at 10 creatures now. Mind you, one's a Festering Newt, we have 2 Undead Minotaurs. Not all of them are amazing, but yeah, Claustro, and Scroll Thief. Pretty cool. Oh wait, I did not see this Quag Sickness. I think this is a genuine debate. My deck is not necessarily looking to do the Scroll Thief thing. Yeah, I guess I have a lot of removal, so it can come down, and then it can keep hitting in, but I think that's going to be more relevant in like a Time Ebby deck, and I'm actually looking to cut Time Ebb and Disperse and just go hard removal, to where I don't think Scroll Thief is going to be amazing. I mean, I'm not really planning on the Resonator actually being in the deck. Huh. Wow, this is tough. I don't know, what do you guys think? Quag Sickness or Scroll Thief? I'm taking Quag Sickness. I just like having an infinite removal, so that's okay. And Scroll Thief can come down sometimes in matches and then just do nothing. It just ends up being like blah. Unless you have a Fire Streaker on it. But even then, that's pretty lame. If someone has like a decent blocker, then Scroll Thief just gets blanked so much. Wow. Hello, Volcanic Geyser, and more importantly, Garrick's Horde. But the ship has sailed. We'll take our Chaomancer. We're going to be bouncing back Essence Scatters and Divination and Liturgies of Blood, so that'll be fine for our second Archaeomancer. And then I want to start thinking, like, I do need ways to finish the game. Nightwing Shade could do that, Messenger Drake and Reaver work as well. But now I really do need to prioritize upgrading my creatures into something a little more relevant. I'd love to get, like, a Sea Kite or something else, like, in the blue realm around. I think I'm just going to cut the Master of Diversion. I highly doubt that I'm going to want to play both Fester Newts, even if one Bubbling Cauldron comes around, since it's so late in the draft, and I just need a little bit more consistency in my creatures, and having 2 Newts aren't there. But at the same time, I guess hating a card isn't really a good strategy if it does open me to some miraculous possibilities. I'm not taking the Cancrix, even though that is a little bit more relevant creature than Fester Newt, because I'm just filled up. I got my 3 5-drops plus 2 5-drop removal spells. It's never going to make the deck, the second Cancrix. Okay, Trained Condor or Seacoast Drake? Trained Condor is cool when you're picking up the Reaver. That's pretty okay. But I think with what my deck wants, I think I would rather have a second Seacoast Drake, just to stall out the game and get some of my dudes online. Plus, we technically have less 2-drops than 3-drops. All the 3s are okay, minus the Undead Minotaur. So, yeah, I think I actually like the Seacoast Drake here. If I had more creatures, I would probably actually take the Negate if I didn't need a creature, because I wouldn't mind having a Negate for the deck as well. I'll cut the Diabolic Tutor. I don't need to cut another Stoneheart Chanter. But I'm also not playing this Tutor, so goodbye. Gonna definitely cut Hunt the Weak. Don't want someone taking out one of my pivotal creatures. Ooh, very glad the Minotaur Abomination came back, which I'm going to take over Vampire Warlord. Man, we're jammed up in the 5s. I'd rather have this guy a little bit more powerful. And since I have so many great spells, I just need better creatures. I'm not going to take Sensory Deprivation, which I think normally I would take over a Minotaur Abomination. And nothing relevant. I think we'll get rid of the Solemn Offering. I'm not going to be glimpsing the future. I don't need a Sliver Construct. Show of Valor is a combat trick to get rid of, but not people run it. And Solemn Offering will actually hurt my two Claustrophobias. And Academy Raider should not be there at all. That is a good card. Alright, couple decisions to make in terms of what to cut here. Pretty sure these newts I don't want. So those might be the first to go. But I mean, I also have Histrionic Resonator. Disperse isn't doing a whole lot in the deck, but I mean, it certainly has relevant abilities. And I can get it back with our Archaeomancer, which is kind of like a fun little combo. Unfortunately, we're playing the Cancrix here, for sure. Would have loved that to have been another Messenger Drake, but such is life. I am still glad that I have this Claustrophobia over the Nithya Seekite, even though that 4-drop slot was slow. So, give me a moment. We'll build our deck and come back. Okay, so with the initial build, we hit exactly 23 playables here. And we do have 12 fairly decent creatures, especially for this control deck that I have. Up here, you'll see the Histrionic Resonator not in the main deck. I only have 4 trigger ability creatures, including Liliana's Reaver, Archaeomancers, and Messenger Drake, all of which are great triggered abilities. They're all super great. But I don't think having just 4 cards that interact with Histrionic Resonator means I want to cut something out of the main deck. And then Shrivel here, solid sideboard card. Although actually I'm thinking maybe these newts might end up being the more brought in sideboard against 1/1 creatures. We'll see. Altar's Reap, I don't like. My deck can't really abuse sacrificing. Certainly it's always nice to like have it as a backup just to get value out of something that's been removed or about to be, you know, burned from the game. But I think we have a pretty solid suite here. I certainly don't want to cut a creature for Altar's Reap. And I'd rather have all of these removal spells. Time Ebb and Disperse not necessarily being the best for what my deck's trying to do, because we're not really doing tempo swings, but getting to late game or getting rid of a removal spell or something, like you know, the Pacifisms or the Claustrophobias that someone else might have picked up, these could be very relevant. But I think the Disperse and Time Ebb will be the first 2 cards to go if I want to bring in like a Newt or a Resonator or a Shrivel for some reason from the sideboard. But sadly our sideboard options are a bit limited, but that is still the game plan. Although maybe I end up taking out Disperse and needing an 18th land, because I've kind of forgot I have such a heavy color commitment here. They're saying 10-7. We're going to right away go 9-8 just out of this Quagsly. Just let me take a look. Ooh, double Claustrophobic and Warrior. Yeah, we kind of do want at least 9 blue, for sure. Can I get away with 8 swamps? Oh, the Reaver. Yeah, okay, we're going to dump either Disperse or Time Ebb, because I definitely want a 9-9 split here. Wouldn't even mind having 10 or something, but I mean, we're not going to go down to having only a 22 cards and then 19 lands. Let's see, what's my deck going to want more? Disperse or Time Ebb? Overall, Time Ebb's better in the format, so Disperse is the first to go, but Disperse is foil, so that makes it better than Time Ebb in an instant. And on top of it, it's a little bit, I think, more relevant with Archaeomancer. But since Time Ebb is that much more powerful, I'm looking to go late game. I'm going to start here. But here I think we have our first strong sideboard card where I might end up wanting to play Disperse over Time Ebb or something else as well. And then I want to have this nice 9-9 land split. Yeah, that sounds very cool. Super sweet. Alright, round 1. Here we come!